Okay, guys. So Democrat left-wing media has lost their freaking minds over being clean swept in the Virginia elections, where Republicans have did a clean sweep over the governor position, the governor lieutenant, and the attorney general. I'm sorry, the lieutenant governor and the AG, attorney general. A lot of seats in Virginia flipped red, and that pissed off a lot of Democrats, saying like, "Yo, white people are really stupid, or these white supremacists don't want this whole critical race theory being taught in schools because they don't want people to learn the truth about white people." Here's the thing: mainstream media is being. First of all, I would be one of those people that say that left wing media end up costing the freaking Democrats a bunch of positions in the state of Virginia, because they biased reporting has been a heavily toll on parents in the school system, because that's who really flipped the state red. Suburban women who are worried about kids, they kids, and basically and parents in general that do not want their kids to be going to this woke school. Education beats the freaking media, because parents want their kids to go to a school where they don't have to worry about all this woke crap. They want to make sure they're getting the best education, and the best tutors, the best teachers, the best principals, and the best everything else, the best programs. But instead of that, Democrats are going on with this narrative that education is apparently a white supremacist thing. Guys, I've heard it all my life. For the fact that people on left-wing media, especially that dumb bitch Joy Reid, to say education is a white supremacist trope, completely blows my mind. I want seriously, I want to show y'all a video about what Joy Reid said about the whole education, about the whole parents coming out and voting for a proper education and not voting for critical race theory. Take a look.
The exit polls showed that, which was interesting, that the coronavirus, or that the virus, was not important to many of the voters there. It was education, right, which is code for white parents don't like the idea of teaching about race. And I mean, unfortunately, race is just the most palpable tool in the toolkit. It used to be of the Democratic Party back in the day when they were Dixiecrats, and now of the Republican Party. It just is powerful. If you're saying education is the most important issue, you might be a black voter who says, I'm defending great literature and defending Toni Morrison. And I don't like the idea that Youngkin wants to be a governor that would purge those books. What's next? The biography of Dr. King? Is W.E.B. Du Bois next? I mean, Dr. King said America might go to hell. Are we going to erase any of his, his more sort of robust commentary on America? Is that not going to be allowed to be taught? Trust and believe he took that so far that he probably animated some African-American voters too.
I guess I don't want to be the skunk at the garden party, but I think there's a sense among Republicans that what Youngkin did was where Trump ran as a guy who was gonna ban all Muslims. Mexicans were rapists and murderers. Black people came from bleep hole countries. He was such an uncouth and flagrant, debased. There was no conversation about race under him. It was beneath even people who said they voted for him. What Youngkin has done is he put it in a disguise.
Yes.
He gave it a fake name. And his candidacy is wrapped in two big lies. One is this half-truth. I flew an insurrection flag at my rally, but Trump's at arm's length, there's Trump.
Yep.
And the second big lie is that I watched his rally last Saturday. His campaign promise, and he was making this promise in Loudoun and in Alexandria, is on day one, I'm going to ban critical race theory. That is like us banning the ghosts.
Right.
There are no ghosts.
That's right.
So we can say, you know what, 7 p.m. we're banning the ghosts. There are no ghosts. There isn't critical race theory talk. But what he's done is he's laundered Trump's really sort of disgusting, flagrant out-racism. He's wrapped it in education, and he's given it a lie as a label. And they said he's going to ban it. There isn't any critical race theory. It's a legal theory not taught in public schools in Virginia.
It's so powerful because it takes the exhausted voter who wants to vote on what is fundamentally a racist idea, right? That you cannot teach the truth about Thomas Jefferson. You must give encomiums to Thomas Jefferson in school. Otherwise, that's critical race theory. If you even talk about enslavement, that's critical race theory. Anything that makes a white parent uncomfortable is critical race theory. And you're absolutely right. He's been very subtle and very slick. That Toni Morrison ad was too much of a blunt hammer. But everything he did up to then, I totally agree with you. He's found a way to launder a pretty racist trope, this idea that we cannot talk about America's history because it hurts my feelings. He's turned that into a campaign. And I think what Democrats have to worry about is if he succeeds and he wins, that is going to be the campaign model for every single Republican that's running in 2020.
Well, guys, you saw it there first, right? Apparently, talking about education is a problem for the left-wing media. Because they are saying that the Republicans don't want to teach slavery. They didn't want to teach about race. They didn't want to teach about what the parties did back then. That is not what's going on right now. They want to teach. First of all, they do not want children to be taught that white people are just fundamentally evil when they are born and because of their skin color. That's the problem with a lot of people when it comes to critical race theories. And this is how it is doing in schools. A lot of parents, even black parents, are coming out and saying, "Yo, we do not want our kids to be taught that this certain people are evil just because of the color of their skin." You see all this all over social media, but apparently mainstream media is not getting that freaking point. And they will keep on pushing this freaking narrative that a parent's choice in their children's education does not matter. That's what made them lose Virginia in the first place. When they targeted the parents, so the suburban woman and the parents of these schools basically said, "Go F yourself, McAuliffe," for saying that we had no say in our children's education. That's what made him lose. So yes, education should be a major talking point when it comes to the Republicans because a lot of black parents want school choice. Mainstream media like Democrat left wing media will tell you that black parents do not want school choice, but they do. School choice is the number one thing that these Republicans should be talking about because black parents, especially if you want to get that's the main talking point that people should be really focused on. Better education for everybody. That's the main talking point. But now, it's not to mention that apparently Joy Reid didn't even talk about all these white supremacists coming out and saying that are coming out and voting for McGovern instead of like McAuliffe, and now there's a wide range of white supremacists around Virginia. But here's the thing, guys. I want y'all to show. I want to show y'all a photo of the lieutenant governor of Virginia. Let me ask y'all this. Guys. This is the newly elected Republican lieutenant governor of Virginia. Guys, let me ask you this. Does that look like a white supremacist to you? Does that look like a white supremacist to you? See, this is how I know Joy Reid is a complete full of crap, because she would say that all these Virginians voted for white supremacists and put them in those positions of powers in the freaking Virginia government, but she won't talk about how the Republicans, these white supremacists, just voted for a black woman and voted for her to be the next lieutenant governor of Virginia. This is what Joy Reid is not getting. It's her biased reporting that made the Democrats lose Virginia. So if anybody who's watching me, I'm saying like, yo, I'm wrong about this. No, it is the biased Democrat media that made them lose Virginia. So keep on going with this, people. So CNN, MSNBC, keep on going with this. Keep saying that that parents have no say so in their children's education. Tell them that they are freaking Looney Tunes people. Keep on telling them that. Watch those polls. Watch those freaking elections swing red. because the wave is pretty much coming. but yeah, congratulations to this one right here. I forgot her name. Winsome Sears. Yes, Winsome Sears. So she's becoming the next Republican lieutenant governor of Virginia, the first black woman ever to hold that position in Virginia. So that's history making right there. But apparently Joy Reid is pissed off about that. So I'm going to let's go ahead and read this article together about the new lieutenant governor of Virginia, Winsome Sears, calling out Joy Reid because of a bias that's reporting. From the Post Millennial. Lieutenant Governor of Virginia, Winsome Sears, challenges Joy Reid to have on MSNBC if she's woman enough. I wish Joy Reid would invite me on a show, Sears said. Let's see if she's woman enough to do that. I go in a heartbeat, and we have a real discussion without Joy speaking about me behind my back. So, after winning the lieutenant governorship of Virginia, Winsome Sears challenged Joy Reid, a pundit who has claimed the Democrat losses are essentially the result of white supremacy. Sears is the first black woman to take the lieutenant governorship and is a Republican. Yeah, once again, does she look like a white supremacist to you? Because I don't think she does. We spoke in opposition to Republicans on the MSNBC show, The Read Out, on many occasions. And on Tuesday night, as the winds came in for the GOP, she said, you have to be willing to vocalize that these Republicans are dangerous. That this isn't a party, there's just another party that disagrees with us on a tax policy, that at this point, they are dangerous. They are dangerous to our national security because stroking that kind of soft white nationalism eventually leads to the hardcore stuff. So let's go ahead and watch this video real quick.
Have to be willing to vocalize that these Republicans are dangerous, that this isn't a party that's just another political party that disagrees with us on tax policy, that at this point, they're dangerous. They're dangerous to our national security because stoking that kind of soft white nationalism eventually leads to the hardcore stuff.
Your reaction to that, Ms. Sears?
I wish Joy Reid would invite me on her show. Let's see if she's woman enough to do that. I'd go in a heartbeat and we have a real discussion without Joy speaking about me behind my back, if you will. She talks about white supremacy. Does she know that I ran against a white supremacist? I mean, Joy, come on, get your facts straight and then come talk to me.
So, guys, that's Winsome Sears calling out Joy Reid. Now, I'm pretty sure Joy Reid is not going to invite her on her show because Joy Reid is one of those, I would say whatever I want about this person, but I ain't going to invite them to my show and prove that I'm right. Joy Reid is a coward. Same thing with Don Lemon. The two biggest coons on Democrat media. So let's keep on going with this article. Sears spoke about race, saying it just continues to divide us. And unfortunately, politicians are using it as a tool. Because of the things that have happened to us historically to advance, I would think they are nefarious purposes. So if we stop just looking at race and just looking at people, because you see, I'm destroying all the narratives about race. Look at me. I'm a heartbeat away from the governorship in case anything happens to the governor. She has said that's true. If anything does happen to Youngkin, Winston will be the first female black governor of Virginia. Again, that's history making. But left-wing media doesn't give a damn about that. They only care about pushing narratives that all white people are racist, or white Republicans are racist. And I ain't doing anything special to get here, except stay in school and study. I took advantage of the opportunities that are available here in America. I wasn't born here. This is not my culture, not my country, but it allowed me, America allowed me to come and do for myself and for my family. So guys, right there, people should be looking towards this woman for a motivation of her being an immigrant, because apparently she's full-blown Jamaican. She was born in Jamaica. Her father moved here with only $1.75 in his pocket in the 1950s, 1960s, during the Civil Rights Act, and he worked very hard and paved the way for her. So she's one of the people that a lot of black people should look up to. But you would continuously have people like Joy Reid, Don Lemon, and pretty much Democrat media or these pro-black media is themselves talk about how this woman is a black face of white supremacist, just like they did with Larry Elder. But apparently that narrative didn't work out so well, because when Virginia flipped red, that pissed off the Democrats big time, because they really thought they had Virginia in the bag. See, bro, they brought forth Obama, they brought forth Kamala, they brought forth Joe Biden, all these people, all these celebrities to win Virginia, and the people in Virginia, like the people who are worried about their child's education, basically just said, go F yourself. This, like I said, people, education won here. The parents who are worried about their children's education won. This should be one of the main talking points when it comes to the Republican side, the GOP, because Democrats don't really care about education. They really don't. They want to keep black people misguided and dumb. They don't actually care. They don't actually care about public education. If they did, they would be passing They would be passing school choice, but they ain't doing that. They say I'm pretty sure somebody said school choice is a white supremacist thing. It might have been Joy Reid again, but I gotta look up that video. But yeah, guys, Joy Reid, complete freaking loony. She's completely freaking lunatic. The fact that she thinks that this is all a white supremacist thing that turned Virginia red. So Joy Reid, keep doing what you're doing. Keep on spreading this narrative, and we'll see how many other states get flipped red in come 2022. Let's keep on doing that. So, guys, I'm just one opinion here. If you guys like what I'm saying, like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I will see y'all next one. Peace.